Hello and welcome to our roundup of the European Parliament's latest plenary session here in Strasbourg. This week, the Parliament debated the new global agreement to cut greenhouse gases. It approved a landmark plan to create a common energy policy, and it debated plans to reinforce Europe's external borders. We begin with the Paris Accord to fight climate change and the battle ahead. Under the Paris Agreement, nearly 200 countries around the world have agreed to slash their CO2 output in an effort to prevent global temperatures from rising by 2 degrees Celsius. That means investing hundreds of billions in changing the way people live, work, and move. That means tough work ahead, says EPP Group Chairman Manfred Weber.
Well, the EPP Group welcomes the outcome of Paris, and it's a great achievement for the whole world. And I think Europe can be very proud because we managed it. We were the positive example for the global dimension on reduction of CO2. Now let's work on the implementation, because the text is one thing and the implementation is the other thing. We want to implement this on European level.
Françoise Grossetête was in Parliament's delegation to the COP21 talks and is vice chairwoman of the EPP Group responsible for the economy and environment.
Accord historique ambitieux, certains le disent. À mon avis, pas juridiquement contraignant, malheureusement, mais aujourd'hui, de toute façon, il faut déboucher sur des mesures concrètes, pas seulement dans l'Union européenne, mais en Chine, en Inde, aux États-Unis. Cet accord va devoir être ratifié, respecté, amélioré.
Developing a European common energy policy is part of that drive toward a low-carbon economy. The European Parliament approved plans for an energy union to create a single energy market with cleaner, cheaper, more dependable supplies. Parliament approved a report calling on the EU to diversify energy sources and complete an internal energy market. Without such a market, the report says, the existing fragmentation within the EU hurts Europe's competitiveness and energy security. The backbone of energy union, the report says, must be a fully functioning, interconnected market that delivers safe, efficient, competitive, and environmentally responsible energy. Andras Gürk of the EPP Group is shadow rapporteur of the report.
The objective of the energy union is to strengthen energy security, to improve energy efficiency, and to do that at affordable price.
On the more controversial issues, Parliament left the power to the member states to decide. They included fracking, or producing gas through hydraulic fracturing, nuclear power, as well as binding targets on energy efficiency.
For us, in the European People's Party, the number one objective is to have a strong Europe in the field of energy, to strengthen competitiveness when it comes to Europe's role in the world. And in order to do that, we need certain tools, of course. But yes, there are certain areas when it's up to the member states to make the good decisions.
Related to the Energy Union report was a separate one on the energy grid. It's a key part of creating that union by building interconnection to 10% of Europe's electricity. Bent Benson is co-rapporteur of the report and a member of the EPP Group.
We need a single energy market for electricity. We have too many borders. We do not have a single market today. That's why it's very, very important to reach the target for a 10% interconnection. It will give all European citizens, also businesses, a cheaper electricity, and that will give us all a better way to compete with all others.
The report says a fully integrated internal electricity market could save European consumers up to 40 billion euros annually by 2030. And finally, the border, Europe's border. The migrant crisis and recent terror attacks have underlined the need for stronger protection of our frontiers. The European Parliament debated whether to strengthen the power and scope of the Frontex border agency to do that. The EPP Group is supporting the European Commission's proposal for a European Border and Coast Guard. The objective is to strengthen the Frontex border police with the right to shore up border security in EU countries like Greece, which are having trouble doing so. Esteban González Pons is the EPP Group's Vice Chair for Legal and Home Affairs.
Si queremos seguir sin fronteras interiores, tendremos que reforzar las fronteras exteriores. Por eso quiero apoyar el plan que ha propuesto hoy la Comisión, decir que es acertado y que tiene que desarrollarse cuanto antes.
The Commission's proposal follows Parliament resolutions calling for a stronger EU border guard. Under the proposal, Frontex would become a European border and coast guard agency with a staff of up to 2,000. Dimitris Avramopoulos is EU Commissioner for Migration, Home Affairs and Citizenship and a member of the EPP. He points out that the EU 28 would decide together how to deploy Frontex, which would also take charge of returning illegal migrants. But he also said Frontex will need the acceptance by the member state concerned for the entire plan to work.
Nothing, I repeat, nothing can happen without their cooperation. Our proposal is a European answer to a European issue. It's a proposal which will prevent putting at stake our freedom of movement in the Schengen area. It is a proposal which proves that the current crisis does not divide us, but on the contrary, it becomes a catalyst for us to move ahead more united, more decided, more resolved.
With more than 1.5 million people having crossed into the EU illegally this year alone, the migration issue has caused widespread concern over whether the visa-free Schengen area in Europe will survive. This proposal aims to counter that. That's it for now from this Strasbourg session, and happy holidays. And find out more about the activities of the largest political force in Parliament by checking eppgroup.eu. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.